The loudest confessions are made in silence, spicy ladies. There are words, and then there is energy. There are signals we broadcast with every breath we take. And sometimes those signals are clearer than the loudest love declaration. The world tells you that love is roses, text messages, and daily calls. But the truth is, real love, especially when it comes from a man to a Sigma female, is often a hidden language. It is spoken in actions that do not scream for validation, but instead quietly shift his entire rhythm around your presence. Today, we're dissecting the unseen signs a man shows when he falls for a Sigma female. And I promise you, these are not the tired, recycled tips you find in every pop psychology post. These are signals buried under layers of his conscious mind, revealing how deeply you've touched him. They will make sense to you if you are a Sigma female who has felt that quiet tension, that soft gravitational pull from a man who cannot say it but is living it every day around you. If you are serious about leveling up your insight and understanding your value as a Sigma female, hit subscribe to Spicy Ladies now. Here, we don't talk fluff. We don't do feel-good illusions. We grow your spirit and sharpen your mind so you stop walking blind in your own life. And if you feel these insights give you strength, perspective, and a sense of clarity in your journey, you can fuel this channel by buying me a coffee. The link is in the description and pinned comment below. Now, let's open the hidden door and get into it. Point 1. The unscheduled priority. There is something most people never notice about love. When a man truly feels something for a Sigma female, he starts to move his entire schedule around her without making a big deal about it. He doesn't announce it, he doesn't expect praise, and he often isn't even conscious of it himself. The Sigma female's energy is magnetic because she does not chase, she does not beg, she does not demand, she stands. She is rooted in her own life with her purpose and focus in place. She respects her time and knows her worth. This creates a gravitational force that pulls in a man who is aware enough to recognize her value. So what happens? The man who is falling for a Sigma female will start to create unscheduled moments for her. Let's say he's a busy man with meetings stacked back to back, deadlines crashing over him, and commitments filling every hour of his calendar. Yet, you will notice how he finds a way to call you or text you during a random quiet moment in the day. He might say, "I just had a quick break and thought of you." It feels casual, but it isn't. When you mention you're working on something important or going through a challenge, he appears in your notifications, checking if you're okay or if you need anything. He may offer to help with resources, advice, or even physical presence. He starts showing up at places he knows you will be, not in a creepy way, but in a supportive, consistent way that feels warm and calming. A Sigma female does not demand this attention, and that is precisely why it feels different to him. With others, he may feel pressured or manipulated into giving time, but with you, he chooses to give it freely, because your self-sufficiency commands respect, not pity. Another layer of the unscheduled priority is how he adapts his patterns around you. If you mention you're free only early mornings for a coffee, you will find him available at 6:30 a.m. without complaint. If your schedule is chaotic and you cancel last minute, he doesn't guilt trip you. He adapts and reschedules, not out of desperation, but because he values moments with you without trying to control your flow. Even deeper, observe how he prioritizes your emotional safety. If you share something vulnerable, he remembers it. He checks on you days later to see how you are processing it. He may send you an article, a podcast, or a simple, "How's your energy today?" text. This is not typical casual conversation. This is him stepping into your mental world, showing you that your existence has taken up space in his mind, and he's willingly letting it stay there. Right now, if you are still watching, I hope this video can help you. Your comments motivate me so much so I can make more videos which you like. So hit that subscribe button and leave me messages. Let's continue. Many women mistake loud gestures for love, but for a Sigma female, the unscheduled priority is louder than any dinner date or flowers. A man who is truly into a Sigma female will not need constant proximity to show he values her. He will build moments around her while respecting her independence. He might adjust his workout schedule to align with yours so you can train together. He might delay a night out with friends because you needed to finish an important project and he wanted to bring you coffee to keep you going. He may reroute his commute to walk you to your car. These moments may seem small to others, but to a Sigma female, they are proof of real investment. Why does this happen? A Sigma female represents a high-value energy that inspires a man to step into his own higher potential. She doesn't pull him down. She doesn't nag him for time. Instead, she becomes a source of quiet inspiration. And in return, he subconsciously wants to be around her, assist her, and protect her energy. He knows he cannot buy her attention with empty gestures, so he offers time, the only currency that truly matters. If you are a Sigma female watching this, pay attention to how a man navigates his time around you without you asking for it. It is one of the clearest hidden signs he is falling for you. Point 2. The respectful distance game. Some men smother the women they want. They chase with constant calls, flooding her messages, demanding attention like moths around a flame. But when a man truly falls for a Sigma female, something shifts inside him. He learns to play what I call the respectful distance game. Why? Because a Sigma female is allergic to neediness. She doesn't want a man who stalks her shadow. She wants a man secure enough to respect her solitude. So instead of smothering, he learns how to stay close without closing in. It's an art form, and if you spot it, it's a clear sign he's deep in. Look closer at how he texts you. He doesn't blow up your phone with random "hey" or "what's up" messages. He reaches out with purpose. Maybe a thoughtful question, an article that made him think of you, a sharp comment on something you said days ago. He might leave you on red, not because he's playing games, but because he knows you value space, and he gives it to you without complaint. This respectful distance is not coldness. It's a calculated warmth. He keeps the line open, but never tangles it around your neck. When you vanish for a day or two, as Sigma females often do to recharge, he doesn't punish you with guilt or passive aggression. Instead, he's still there when you resurface, as if time didn't dent the connection. Watch his behavior in real life. Maybe you're in the same circle, a shared workspace, or you meet through friends. He doesn't hover. He doesn't corner you in conversations, sucking up your air. Instead, he positions himself so you know he's around, just not in your face. He'll stand close enough for you to notice, but far enough for you to feel unchained. When you talk, he listens like it's a privilege. His eye contact is steady but not invasive. He remembers small details, your favorite late-night snack, the weird way you like your coffee, that one artist you mentioned once in passing. He stores your words because to him, your words have weight. Some people think this is passive behavior, but they're wrong. For a man in love with a Sigma woman, this restraint is a sign of quiet strength. He doesn't force moments. He creates space for them to happen naturally. He knows if he tries to trap you with forced intimacy, you'll slip through his fingers. This sign shows up strongest when you test it. If you try to pull back, disappear for a bit, get busy with your own world, watch how he reacts. Does he panic? Does he spam you with questions and guilt trips? If so, he doesn't get you. But if he lets you vanish and silently holds your spot in his mind, that's the respectful distance game in action. He might surprise you when you least expect it. a thoughtful check-in at midnight, a random favor done behind the scenes, or a gift that shows he listens more than he talks. He's not absent, he's patient. He doesn't drain your energy, he respects it. Psychologists call this secure attachment. He has enough self-worth to not need constant validation. He knows you're a lone wolf by nature, not because you're playing hard to get, but because you value your own company more than empty noise. This makes him respect you even more. The respectful distance game makes your connection feel safe instead of suffocating. It gives you space to stay you, the Sigma spirit he fell for in the first place. Ironically, his distance draws you closer. His restraint makes you curious. He's not predictable, yet he's reliable. If you ask him directly why he doesn't push harder, he might just smile and say, "I know what you need." He won't say love outright. He might not even admit it to himself yet, but his actions speak. He's telling you, "I see you. I won't chase you into a corner. I'll stand my ground until you come to me when you're ready." This hidden sign separates the boys from the men. Boys chase. Men attract. Boys cling. Men guard space. A man in love with the Sigma female learns the paradox. The more freedom he gives her, the more she feels drawn to him. So next time you feel like he's too quiet, too patient, too distant, look deeper. His silence might be saying, "I trust you. I respect your orbit, and I'm not going anywhere." Spicy ladies, never mistake respectful distance for lack of interest. But the Sigma female, the loudest signals are often delivered in the quietest ways. Point 3. The hidden mirror. There's a moment when a man realizes he is changing, but he can't quite explain why. His routines shift, his mindset upgrades, and he starts reflecting a new energy. If you look closely, you'll see that what he is mirroring is you. This is the hidden mirror, and it's one of the most secret signs a man is in love with a Sigma female. Sigma females are magnetic because they move through the world on their own terms. They don't look for approval, they don't need a crowd, and they live aligned with their values. This energy creates a gravitational pull, and men who are drawn in will unconsciously start reflecting back what they admire in her. Watch his habits. He might begin adopting your language patterns, repeating phrases you use, or echoing your unique expressions. If you have a distinct way of analyzing situations, you might catch him doing the same in conversations with others. It's not mimicry in a mocking way. It's unconscious alignment. Like he's tuning himself to your frequency because he values the clarity and confidence you exude. You may see this reflection in how he begins to handle his goals. Maybe before he was scattered or his focus was dulled by distractions. After spending time with you or observing you, he starts showing discipline, reading more, hitting the gym consistently, or becoming more strategic about his ambitions. He doesn't announce it, but you notice the upgrade in his energy. There's psychology behind this. Mirror neurons in the brain fire when we observe someone we deeply respect, admire, or feel connected to. It's nature's way of bonding us, pulling us toward growth, and helping us align with people we subconsciously want to emulate. A man in love with a Sigma female will naturally mirror her because she embodies traits he wishes to develop within himself. But it goes deeper. The hidden mirror also reveals itself in the way he engages in your interests. You might catch him listening to the music you love, researching a book you mentioned, or visiting places you like without announcing it for attention. It's not about performing. It's about understanding your world so he can feel closer to it, and, in turn, closer to you. Another layer of the hidden mirror is how he adjusts his emotional responses around you. Sigma females often command emotional independence, refusing to spiral into drama or childish arguments. A man who falls for her will notice how she handles conflict with calm detachment and start mirroring this. You'll see him controlling his reactions, reflecting and responding with more emotional maturity. His sense of humor might also begin to reflect yours. If you're dry and quick-witted, he starts sharpening his humor in response, matching your style in conversations, sending you memes aligned with your humor, or making observations that reflect how you view the world. This subtle calibration shows he's paying attention, tuning himself in real time to connect with you on your level. But perhaps the most profound sign within the hidden mirror is when he starts applying your wisdom to his life decisions. You may share your principles about boundaries, ambition, or relationships. And without directly telling you, you notice him making choices aligned with those principles. If you tell him how important it is to keep your circle clean, you might see him cutting off draining friendships. If you mention you respect consistency over big gestures, you notice him becoming consistent in his actions toward you and others. This hidden sign is powerful because it shows he's not only interested in you, but also deeply influenced by you. Your energy upgrades his standards. Your presence challenges him to level up, and he accepts the challenge without you ever demanding it. And here's the paradox. A Sigma female never asks him to change. She is not trying to mold him into her ideal partner. She simply exists in her power. And he responds by rising to meet that level because he knows it's the only way he can hold space in her world. You will see the hidden mirror most clearly when you distance yourself briefly. If you step back and return to observe him, you'll notice the small ways he has shifted, often permanently, adopting traits and principles that align him more closely with your frequency. It is not a facade. It's genuine transformation inspired by love. Spicy ladies, if you see the sign, understand that it is rare. Many men admire Sigma females, but only those truly invested emotionally will mirror them without losing themselves. Instead, they become a higher version of themselves, influenced by the quiet force of your presence. So pay attention. Watch his habits, his speech, his emotional responses, and the principles he starts to live by. The hidden mirror reveals what he cannot say out loud. I see your strength, and I want to reflect it, not just for you, but because you inspire me to become the man I know I can be. Point 4. The shield activation. Spicy ladies, there is a moment in a man's life when he realizes he would fight storms just to keep someone safe, even if she never asked him to. This moment, often unnoticed, is what I call the shield activation, and it's a hidden sign a man is in love with a Sigma female. Sigma females walk alone, unafraid, and their independence is often mistaken for invulnerability. But a man who truly loves her sees the world differently. He knows that even the strongest woman needs protection, not because she is weak, but because she is valuable. The shield activation begins subtly. You may not notice it at first. It's in the way he walks, on the outside of the sidewalk when you're together, automatically placing himself between you and the traffic. It's in the way he checks the surroundings when you enter a restaurant, his eyes scanning the exits, ensuring your comfort and safety without drawing attention to it. You'll see it when you're in a group setting. He quietly notices when you become uncomfortable, when someone is too loud, too close, or crossing lines. He might step closer, create a physical barrier with his body language, or steer the conversation away without making a scene. To others, it seems like nothing, but to you, it's clear he's watching over you. Sigma females do not ask for help easily. They are used to handling their own problems, carrying their own burdens, and protecting themselves. But a man who is in love with a Sigma female senses when to step in. He doesn't smother you or strip you of your autonomy. Instead, he positions himself as a silent guardian, letting you lead while ensuring you are never unprotected. You might see the shield activation when you face challenges in your work or personal goals. If you're building something important, he will find ways to support you without making it about him. Maybe it's introducing you to someone who can help, fixing something you've been too busy to deal with, or handling small problems so you can stay focused on your big vision. This behavior is deeply masculine in a grounded way. It is not about dominance or control, it's about provision and protection. He sees your strength and wants to contribute to it, not diminish it. His protective instinct is activated because he feels deeply for you. And even if he never says, "I love you," out loud, his actions scream it every day. The shield activation also shows up in emotional spaces. A man in love with a Sigma female becomes a safe place for her thoughts and feelings. He doesn't dismiss her struggles or tell her to calm down when she's frustrated. Instead, he listens, validates, and offers solutions only when asked. His presence becomes a shield against the chaos of the world, a space where she can exhale and be seen. Sometimes this protection is quiet advocacy. If people speak poorly of you when you're not there, he will defend your name. If you are underappreciated in a project, he will be the one to remind others of your worth. He won't brag about it. You may only hear about it later or perhaps never, but know it's happening. There is a spiritual element to the shield activation. When a man loves a Sigma female, he feels called to protect the energy she brings into the world. He recognizes the rarity of her independence and clarity, and he sees it as his responsibility to safeguard it. Not because she can't, but because she shouldn't have to do it alone all the time. Pay attention to the way he reacts when you're in distress. Does he brush it off, or does he calmly help you find stability? Does he panic and become another burden? Or does he remain calm so you can lean on his steadiness? His instinct to protect will often override his need for validation, and he will step up without expecting praise or recognition. The shield activation is not loud, flashy heroism. It's in the everyday moments. Walking you to your car at night, reminding you to eat when you're buried in work, standing up for you in conversations, or quietly ensuring you are comfortable when you travel together. Spicy ladies, this hidden sign is one of the deepest indicators of a man's love for a Sigma female. He doesn't want to take away your independence. He wants to honor it by being the shield you can rely on without fear of losing yourself. If you see this in a man's actions, know that it is not casual. It is a conscious and subconscious decision he makes to protect your peace, your energy, and your path. It's his way of saying, "I respect your strength, but I'm here if the world gets heavy." Sigma females rarely need rescuing, but everyone deserves someone willing to stand guard. If he activates his shield for you, understand that he sees your worth. And in his quiet way, he is telling you he's all in. Point 5. The truth teller mode. Spicy ladies. There comes a time when a man stops performing and starts revealing. When he is in love with a Sigma female, he feels compelled to drop the mask he wears for the world, even if it terrifies him. This is the truth teller mode. Most people operate in layers of filters, hiding behind social media poses, bragging, or trying to appear untouchable. But a Sigma female's presence is like a mirror that reveals illusions. She has no patience for games, and men who truly fall for her sense this. They know she will not be impressed by fake confidence or curated stories. They realize that the only way to be truly seen by her is to show who they really are, raw and unpolished. When a man is in love with a Sigma female, You will see his conversations with you shifting. He stops talking only about surface-level wins or the highlights of his life. Instead, he starts sharing the quiet battles he fights, the insecurities he's afraid to admit, the failures that shaped him, the dreams he holds close because he fears they might slip away. He begins to speak his truth because he knows you value honesty over perfection. He will tell you about the risks he wants to take, the fears that haunt him at 3 a.m., and the ways he's trying to grow, even if he's not there yet. He may confess his mistakes, take accountability without excuses, and share lessons he's learning in real time. These are not conversations he has with everyone. These are pieces of himself he only shares with those he deeply trusts and those he loves. You will notice that his truth-telling extends to how he communicates his feelings about you. A Sigma female often leaves men guessing because she does not broadcast her desires or her interest. A man who truly loves her will find the courage to tell her how he feels. Even if he risks rejection, he will say what he means and mean what he says, understanding that honesty is the only currency she respects. But the truth teller mode isn't just about confessions of feelings. It's about consistency between words and actions. When he says he will call, he calls. When he says he will show up, he shows up. When he promises something, he follows through. There are no empty words, no vague someday promises. This consistency is truth in action, and it is one of the clearest signs that he is invested. The truth teller mode also reveals itself when he disagrees with you. A man who is in love with a Sigma female does not become a yes man. He respects you enough to challenge you when he sees you slipping, to question you when he believes you are wrong, and to hold space for healthy debate without fear of conflict. He knows you value integrity over blind agreement, and he wants to be a partner in your growth, not a shadow that simply echoes your opinions. In this mode, he begins to show you his real personality, not just the persona he uses in social situations. You will see his quirks, his humor, his unfiltered thoughts. He will share the hobbies he's embarrassed to talk about with others, the music he secretly loves, and the ways he decompresses when the world gets heavy. This level of transparency is intimacy in its purest form. Sigma females often operate in truth themselves, cutting through the noise to live aligned with who they are. A man in love with her feels inspired to do the same. He realizes he does not need to hide parts of himself to be accepted. Instead, he understands that she will respect him more for standing in his truth, even if it is messy. The truth teller mode is also evident when he speaks about the future. He will tell you what he wants in life, his goals, the kind of relationship he desires, the values he holds. He will not lead you on or create illusions to keep you around. If he wants something serious, he will say it. If he needs time to build himself before he can give you what you deserve, he will admit it. Honesty becomes his way of honoring your time and your energy. You may also see him encourage you to stand in your own truth. He will support your goals, push you to be honest about your desires, and encourage you to pursue what aligns with your vision. A man in the truth teller mode is not intimidated by a Sigma female's clarity. He aligns with it and amplifies it. Spicy ladies, this hidden sign matters because it separates temporary interest from deep love. Many men will perform to win a Sigma female's attention, but few will dismantle their ego to show their truth. If you see a man opening up his real self, not seeking validation, but simply sharing to connect, understand that you have reached a place in his heart that most people will never find. Remember, truth is the highest form of intimacy. When a man activates the truth teller mode with a Sigma female, it is his way of saying, I trust you with who I really am. And that, spicy ladies, is one of the purest signs of love you will ever witness.
Point 6. The energy calibration. Spicy ladies, there is a quiet, almost invisible shift that happens when a man is truly in love with a Sigma female. It's not loud, it's not performative, it's not even something he can always explain. But you will see it if you pay attention. It is what I call the energy calibration.
Sigma females move with a distinct frequency. Their energy is often self-contained, balanced, and purposeful. They don't waste words. They don't engage in chaos, and they guard their energy because they know it is the core of their power. Most people, when in the presence of this energy, either try to compete with it or misunderstand it. But a man who is in love with a Sigma female learns to match it, not overpower it, and not drain it. The energy calibration is when he starts aligning himself with your pace, your silences, your moments of stillness, and your moments of intensity. If you are quiet, he does not panic in the silence, trying to fill it with meaningless chatter. Instead, he learns to sit with it, honoring it, allowing it to deepen the connection rather than disrupt it. He begins to understand your need for solitude without taking it personally. If you withdraw to recharge, he does not punish you with insecurity or passive aggression. Instead, he holds space, maintaining his emotional stability, knowing that your return will be genuine and that your distance is not rejection, but a part of who you are.